her attorney, Craig Mastantuono, during the hearing. He declined to comment to an AP reporter following her court appearance. Dagon is charged with concealing an individual to prevent his discovery and arrest and obstructing or impeding a proceeding. She's accused of escorting the man Eduardo Flores Ruiz and his lawyer out the courtroom through the jury door on April 18th as a way to help avert his arrest, according to an FBI affidavit filed in court. Maybe? The affidavit suggests that Dagon was alerted to the presence of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agent in the courthouse by her clerk, who was informed by an attorney that they appeared to be in the hallway. The affidavit describes Dagon as, quote, visibly angry over the arrival of immigration agents in the courthouse and says that she pronounced the situation absurd before leaving the bench and retreating to her chambers. It says she and another judge later approached members of the arrest team inside the courthouse, displaying what witnesses described as a confrontational, angry demeanor. She asked one of the officers if they had a judicial warrant and was told that the arrest was instead administrative. After a back and forth over the warrant, the affidavit says she demanded that the arrest team speak with the chief judge and led them away from the courtroom. After directing the arrest team to the chief judge's office, investigators say Dagon returned to the courtroom, was heard saying words to the effect of, "Wait, come with me," before ushering Flores Ruiz and his lawyer through a jury door into a non-public area of the courthouse. The action was unusual, the affidavit says, because only deputies, juries, court staff, and in-custody defendants being escorted by deputies use the back jury door. Defense attorneys and defendants who were not in custody never used the back door, or the jury door. Hiding them in the damn basement. U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin, a Democrat who represents Wisconsin, called the arrest of the sitting judge a gravely serious and drastic move. Yeah, I mean, look, I am partisan beyond partisan here. I don't give a shit. This is Hitler. Everyone is Hitler. The idea that of like snap arresting a judge over this, even if you're to trust the affidavit, by the way, even if you trust the facts of the case as presented. Also, we don't have a judicial warrant. We have an administrative warrant. Okay. All right. Like, the basic argument that the Trump administration wants you to believe is that they get to ignore the law. They literally can just ignore the law. They can ignore judicial rulings. They can ignore Supreme Court rulings. They can ignore, like, entire federal holds. But, oh, you use the wrong door to escort somebody out? That's like maybe against the rules. That implies you're not being sufficiently compliant with my law-breaking behavior, arrested. Yeah, no. No. See how this goes. Gestapo coming to your door. Oh, did you know that the basement you carved out under the floorboards to hide Jews actually violates the zoning permits issued in this area? Your ass is going to Auschwitz-Birkenau, mother. Come with me. You're going with them. Nope. Wait, there's another one? New Mexico judge and wife arrested for hiding an alleged Venezuelan gang member in their house. Okay, so alleged Venezuelan gang member means Venezuelan migrant here legally. I'm getting used to parse the language here. Alleged Venezuelan gang member means literally nothing when the allegations are brought by the administration. Okay. This is today. Video: U.S. agents raid U.S. judge's home, illegal migrant. Whoa, I want to see the video. That sounds like television right there. Can I see the video? No? For some reason the video is not playing? The Independent? Can somebody get me the video, please? Immigration authorities raided a former New Mexico judge's home where they accused him of harboring an alleged Tren de Aragua gang member and took him into custody. Arrested by ICE Thursday after a tipster claimed undocumented migrants associated with the Venezuelan gang were staying at their home. The couple's been charged with tampering with evidence, jail records show. Okay. The investigation began in January 2025 after ICE received an anonymous tip that, quote, an illegal alien from Venezuela and a suspected member of a criminal gang was residing with other illegal aliens in the United States at the judge's home in Las Cruces and was in possession of firearms according to the court filings. 2 search warrants were executed at the Cano's home in February 28th, during which the authorities seized 4 guns and took 3 immigrants to custody, documents say. Let me be as crystal clear as possible, Keno wrote in his resignation. The very first time I heard that the boys could possibly have any association with Tren de Aragua is when I was informed by the agents on the day of the raid. He added that each of the men had immigration paperwork that suggested they were not subject to removal. Great. Okay, so literally, like, by the word of the article, just 3 people were there. Like, they just had 3 immigrants living in the home. Wow, 4 guns, very serious? Yeah, note, by the way, when they recover guns from a house that they raid, they don't say whose guns they are. It could be the judge's guns. Ortega Lopez installed a glass door for Nancy Cano in late 2023, continued doing a few jobs for her in 2024, and after he was evicted from his apartment in April 2024, she offered him a stay in their casita, a small house in their property. There, Ortega Lopez was given access to guns. Given access to guns? Ortega Lopez allegedly posted photos of himself on social media holding guns. Agents also looked at the social media accounts of the other undocumented immigrants staying at the judge's house that suggested clear indicators of association with the Venezuelan gangs. These indicators included tattoos, clothing, apparel, and displaying hand gestures, the government wrote. Well, I believe them. Video of the arrest.
Welcome back here on Live Now from Fox, 9:51 on the East Coast and 6:51 on the West Coast. Do want to take you out to some breaking news here that we are following coming in out of New Mexico. And we do have this new video to show you courtesy KFOX 14 News. And you're looking at an arrest there as former Doña Ana County Magistrate Judge Joel Cano and his wife Nancy were taken into custody after federal agents raided their Las Cruces home. The two face charges of evidence tampering amid allegations that they harbored Christian Ortega Lopez, an alleged illegal who is also believed to be a member of Venezuela's notorious Tren de Aragua gang.
Pardon me for being the most like banal and trite mother in the world, but you'd be seeing shit like this in the Daily in 1939, you know, or like 1938 or whatever. Like literally just, you know, found in the attic, alleged members of the Reichstag burning group, you know, former associates with the bankers who destroyed Germany after World War I, blah, 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 blah. You get the exact same.
Secretary Kristi Noem of Homeland Security saying, quote, under President Trump, we have arrested over 150,000 aliens, including more than 600 members of the vicious Tren de Aragua gang. If you are here illegally...
Wait, how many?
Trump, we have arrested over 150,000 aliens, including more than 600 members of the
okay, 600 members, okay.
vicious Tren de Aragua gang. If you are here illegally and break the law, we will hunt you down, arrest you, and lock you up. That is a promise.
This cameraman's on fentanyl.
The arrest follows a February incident where Ortega Lopez was apprehended at the Cano residence. Court documents reveal that he was initially hired by Nancy Cano for home repairs and later offered accommodation in the couple's guest house. We do have a photo of that man right there. This is coming from the Doña Ana County Detention Center.
That's some poofy-ass hair.
Investigators uncovered evidence linking Ortega Lopez to the Tren de Aragua gang, they say, including gang-related clothing, tattoos, voicemails, and text messages.
Yeah?
According to court documents, he unlawfully entered the U.S. back on December 15th of 2023 by crossing the border near Eagle Pass, Texas without it.
Remember, again, when they say illegally entered, they include people who followed the legal migration process. People who go in, declare themselves at a port of entry, and then enter the migration. They've called the Haitian immigrants up in Ohio illegal. They've called millions of people who are part of the legal migrancy programs illegal. Like, they call everyone illegal.
Inspection or any authorization. More pictures here provided by several different agencies. Now, he was released on December.
Look at this. Look at this. You see this? No doubt this is like the gang. Hold on. That right there. That's the gang. This is the Venezuela gesture right down there. When dudes, I'm glad the camera's not on because I just did it right there. That might have been enough to get me arrested, you know? The classic MS-13 gesture. Middle isn't even the same guy. Close enough.
December 18th, 2023, pending removal proceedings due to overcrowding at the Border Patrol facility. He was issued a notice to appear, initiating formal removal proceedings under the Immigration and Nationality Act. Further investigation led to the seizure of 4 firearms from the residence of April Cano, that is the couple's daughter. Again, this information all coming from those court documents.
Wait, the guns weren't even from the same residence? The guns were from the residence of the daughter? Okay.
It also appears that Ortega Lopez was found in social media posts posing with some weapons, some of which he claimed were owned by April. He is currently facing federal charges for being an illegal alien. This is the actual charge, in possession of a firearm. That is a violation of one of the statutes there. If convicted, he faces up to 15 years in prison. Former ICE Field Officer Director John Fabrica-Couture says, quote, Doña Ana County has been a hotbed of illegal immigration.
That's great. That's great. That's great. Well, you know, Chaser.
Madam
What's
Attorney
happened to our judiciary is beyond me.
Yeah, so when the American public hears this and they think these were once upstanding people in their communities and their professions,